Oh, good day, everyone. Pray that everyone's great. Everyone's blessed. Everyone's going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Not going to get upset or mad at the family. That old uncle that you really did invite going to show up, and you going to love him anyway. But happy, blessed Thanksgiving to everybody. Uh, Tough week, of course, but we plan to respond accordingly. We plan to get our little swagger back and fix the things that we let down uh, last week. Tremendous game. We still got, a little bit hanging on. We're trying to flush it. Trust me, we're trying to flush it tremendously. But sometimes there's little things that creep up on you. You remind yourself of the opportunity you had, and you pray that you still have an opportunity. But I want it for the young man so badly that it's hard to just totally flush it completely. In saying that, we have a tremendous task at hand. This team, just like the last one, they're not playing indicative of their record. They're much better. Um, they have a winning program, one of the most heralded coaches in the Big 12, and he's been that way for a while. I have the utmost respect for him, and he is flat out hilarious to me. I mean, just seeing him sit at the head table like the grand poobah of the Big 12 meetings, they're like, he's our guy. And I got a lot of love and admiration for him, and I start smiling when I think of him, and I watch his press conferences, and he is honest, real, and hilarious. Because there's a lot of truth in all his humor. So I got the utmost respect for he and his team. It's a daunting task. They're going to run the football. We know they're going to come and do that. We got to stop that and protect our quarterback and get after theirs. So it's going to be a tremendous game. Both teams, I feel as though, have a lot to play for. We just want to finish right. We want to end right. We have the best fan base I feel like in college football, and I'm thankful that they hurt because we're hurting because they have expectation. At the beginning of the season, we talked about last year was a year of hope. We instilled hope. Now it's expectation, and people are frustrated, man, because of the expectation, and I like that, and I'm thankful for that. R.J. Johnson, Students of the Week, Communication. Ben Resnick, Strategic Communication. I don't know what's the difference of communication and strategic communication. Maybe one is what I had in my two divorces was strategic communication, and one was just communication or lack thereof. So strategic communication is great. Finalists announced for several major awards. Travis, finalist for Walter Camp, Bednarik, Shador finalist for the Davis O'Brien. Travis numbers are tremendous, and the last note is we don't control our own destiny. Before I open up for questions, I'm going to address something that just transpired and they brought to my attention today, that Travis is a finalist for the Walter Camp Player of the Year, Maxwell Player of the Year, Bednarik Defense Player of the Year, Blitnikoff Best Receiver, regardless of position, and was snubbed by the Thorpe. How? How is Travis Hunter snubbed by the Jim Thorpe Award? You can have my award. You can have it back. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him mine. I ain't using it. It's just sitting up there collecting dust. So Travis could have my Thorpe Award, because if this ain't the most idiotic thing in college football, that he's not a finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, and he is, I would say arguably, but I don't think it's really an argument about this young man being the best defensive back in college football. I ain't saying nothing about the receiver part of it. I'm just talking about defensive back. He rarely gets thrown at. He's won a game for tackling for us, and he's always on point. So if you bring up the statistics, I don't know how in the world is Travis Hunter not a finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award. They just pretty much messed up all the integrity of the award, and he could have mine. Whoever is voting down there, who's ever bringing it home, thank you, because I don't even want mine now. God bless you on that. Now, let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
Hi, Coach.
How you doing, Nick?
Good. How are you?
Good.
When you look at the film from this game, you see Devin Neal put up a miraculous game. When you meet with the run defense, Warren Sapp, all your defensive line coaches, what's the message to them, and how are they thinking this week with Ollie
Well,
Gordon?
they're thinking like they're always thinking. We got to be dominant. We got to do the right thing, make the plays. We just got to be better, coaches wise as well as player wise. We got to do a better job, including me. I'm the first one. We got to do a much better job of getting these guys prepared to play the game. I said to the team the other day, we came to play. We didn't come to win or to dominate. And this week we're having that attitude that we're coming to win and to dominate.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach John Treach, 9 News. All Buffs Nation has loved the ride, especially with this great season with Shedeur and Travis.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Big 12 title game in doubt, will this be the last time fans see them in the Buffs uniform?
No, we got a bowl game. I'm pretty sure we secured that weeks ago for Peggy. So, no, it's not the last time you're going to see them in a Buff uniform. These two and all the rest of the seniors have done a wonderful job of getting us to where we are, instilling so much expectation in our fan base and expectation in ourselves. So we're going to fight and try to go out there and kick some butt and end this thing on the right note. And we're going to go to a bowl game and end this thing on the right note because our fans deserve the absolute best. And I feel like whatever bowl game we're chosen to go to or whatever we choose, we're going to pack it. We're going to do what we normally do everywhere we go on the road. And it's going to be a tremendous game. And you're going to see everything you've seen throughout the season regarding our athletes.
Rylan Scholes from Ralph Report. You guys are facing another really good running back this week.
Yes, sir.
Big 12 preseason Offensive Player of the Year, Ollie Gordon. What do you guys have to do to make sure that what happened in Kansas City last Saturday doesn't happen again?
Well, we just got to we just got to do our jobs. It's just simple. You got to do our jobs. When there's a call, you got to execute what's called. The week before, we executed what was called. Last week, we did. You just got to execute the call that's sent in. We got to do a better job at that tremendously and get to the ball.
Thank you, Coach Adam. Mr. Tiger,
How you doing, Adam?
Sports, doing well. Kind of building off your response to Nikki, have you seen what you wanted to see following Saturday's game?
Yeah.
From your team?
Our young men, they're tremendous, man. They work their butts off. They don't take days off. They practice their butts off. It's shortened week, so that makes you hurry up and flush it and get it over with real quick. But these guys are responding tremendously, man. I'm proud of them. I really am.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach. Pat Graham, Associate Press.
How you doing, my man?
Kind of good, thank you. Kind of harp off what these guys have said already. You made that, you had a great speech after the game saying, they're intoxicated by success, maybe.
Yeah.
How do you flush that out, and how do you stay humbled, and how do you just learn from that?
Well, we have learned, but we lost. Scoreboard said we lost. The Americans saw us lose. That's a humbling experience when you've been winning and winning and expected to win. So it's a tremendously humbling experience. So you just got to go back to the drawing boards, look and see what you did wrong or what we didn't do or what we didn't call or what we didn't manufacture. And then the young men have to do the same. It has to be a self-analysis for everyone, coaches included, staff included. And you just go back to the drawing board and let's get it on. You can't just harbor on what happened yesterday, man. I'm not built like that. It's tough to flush it, but I'm not built like that to sit up there and look at my rearview mirror. I'm gonna crash if I keep doing that. I got to look forward and straight ahead and let's go get it. That's kind of how I get down. You got to understand I was a baseball player. I can't worry about that last strikeout. I got to go up there looking for a hit or lay down a bunt or something. I got to get on base.
Hey, Coach. Brian Hannibal, the Daily Camera.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we know going into this weekend, you guys need certain things to happen around the conference
Yeah.
to get in. But the first thing is you guys got to win. And
Right.
do you like that your team kicks off Big 12 play to where you just take care of you first and then you can watch the scoreboard?
Well, you want to take care of you first. I'm not the type of guy to sit down and wish everyone loses so we could reach our goal. I'm not built like that. We had an opportunity. We squandered it. Okay, let's go out here and kick butt, and whatever happens, happens. But I'm not gonna sit up there. I wish they lose so we could. I'm not like that. I don't wish wrong on somebody so we could be right. I'm not built like that, man. We want to go out there and play the best game that we can play for ourselves, period, regardless of what happens thereafter.
Quick follow to that.
Will you watch some of the other games on Saturday?
No, I ain't built like that. I just said that. I ain't gonna sit up there and watch football. You're gonna get mad and upset because someone's not playing. Like you got a remote control. Like, this ain't PlayStation. You can't turn the team on and off. It don't it don't work like that. We had our chance.
Good with
How you doing?
Good evening, sir.
Excellent.
Just wanted to ask, senior day,
Mm-hmm.
some significant players at our last home game here, and what do you have to say about the seniors or the players that will be finishing their home here at really fun call out?
Well, all of them have done a wonderful job. I'm not going to sit here because I'm going to forget somebody because I'm not great with names anyway. It's a tremendous day, but we've been preparing these young men for this day all season with getting them ready for the not just the emotional part, but the extraction of the game. Like everyone makes a big deal about this game, but what happens after this game to these young men? You guys are just worried about them running out there and the hoopla. I'm worried about what happens afterwards when they don't have these jerseys, when they don't have this uniform, when school is not there anymore, when the collective money ain't coming no more. All that stuff, all the fanfare. I'm worried about them then. What happens then? And I pray to God that our resources have provided structure enough so they could transition into the real world, the young men that are not going pro. And some of them are going to have dreams and hopes and aspirations to do such, but some of them aren't. It's just the ugly truth. And I'm trying to prepare them for the ugly truth. I'm trying to make it as beautiful as possible to present it to them because this is going to happen. It's going to happen.
And for yourself, this will be your last time
Yeah.
coaching with the same uniform as your sons
Yeah.
and Travis. How will you feel coaching at home at Folsom?
I don't know. I have no idea. Never had that feeling yet. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to handle that. I don't know what the emotions are going to be led, but we have another game. Like we have a bowl game guaranteed. So I'm not going to go crazy because I know we got one more left, so maybe that last one, that last walk may be something to behold. But I'm not focused on my last hoorah with my kids. I'm focused on winning this last game with my team. That's my focus.
Hey, Coach. Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. I wanted to go back to Kansas really quickly. It felt like they did a lot of things
Why
on
you keep
offense.
going back to Kansas? I don't want to go back to Kansas. Kansas is over, man. Let's go to Oklahoma State.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes,
about
sir.
Kansas
Yes,
State?
sir.
It felt like they did a lot of things that took advantage of how aggressively you guys play on defense. Did you feel that? And does a game like that make you reevaluate?
I don't
things on
agree.
that side of the ball?
I don't agree with that. I just think we didn't come to play. One of the first things I said on the sideline in the ears of the coaches on the headset is I don't see it in their eyes today. Get to your guys and make sure they're ready. But that's my job as well. But I don't see it in their eyes. So they played a wonderful game. Let's not take anything away from our opponents. But before the game, we said, if they stop us, we allowed it. If they score, we allowed it. So we feel as though we allowed it. We allowed what transpired. That's on us. It's not on nobody else. That's on us.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? Couple things. First, injury reports. Isaiah, maybe Preston, Shane. Will we see any of those guys back?
Isaiah, Shane will be back. Preston Hodge?
Yeah.
No, everybody's playing.
Everybody's going to be
Yeah,
back.
and we have an outside shot that Jimmy is going to play. 88 is out. Right tackle's out. I'm just looking at positions in my head right now. Maybe a guy or so special teams, but nothing that devastating. We should have enough depth to compensate for what transpired at this Saturday.
Yesterday at his press conference, Kansas State's head coach was talking about the new look Big 12. This is the first year, and spoke about how maybe the league is at a disadvantage because you played 9 league games. I was just wondering how you felt about the first year in this new conference and how it stacks up.
Well, we're excited. We're happy. We're happy with how we fared, how we're faring, and how we're going to end. There's a lot of talent. lot of unbelievable coaching in this league, and it's a league that I think is equally balanced. When you have Arizona State and Coach Dillingham doing what he's doing, and some others just popping up out of nowhere that we wouldn't have respected, we were rejected, and you see these teams getting an opportunity to play for it all. That's tremendous to me, man. So it's a lot of parity, it's a lot of equality in this league because you always feel like you have a chance, and I'm proud of that. We have the best commissioner, I feel like, in football, and they're doing a great job. I really do.
And last,
And let me say this as well before this. Coach reached out to me as well as the young man, and he and Shador are going to talk because he's going to apologize and Shador is going to accept it. I know that because Shador is not upset with that. So let's not make a big deal out of something that transpired in the heat of the battle. I know how it looked. I know how it seemed, but the guy's trying to make a play. He's playing ball. But they will communicate with one another. So it's no hard feelings.
did they reach out to you on that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last part about the league was that it looks like maybe only one Big 12 team will get in. I was just wondering, do you think it makes a difference that the Big 12 plays 9 league games?
Yes, but I'm not, man, I ain't tripping on it. It is what it is. I mean, when you play dominant football and you ball out, you're going to get an opportunity to play in the tournament. You're going to get an opportunity because they want the best teams and they want the teams who draw the most as well. So it's about several things. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Keep on, go ahead, Jack. Yeah.
Hey, Coach Scott Proctor, DMVR, how you feeling?
Good, sir.
Glad to hear that. I know your immediate focus is Friday, Oklahoma State. You said last week, though, that you kind of already have this thing mapped out in terms of next year and beyond. I'm just curious how you would kind of describe the situation, a high school quarterback or even a transfer quarterback would kind of be walking into, next season, how they would kind of be insulated, supported, and whatnot.
But they're pretty darn good. We have options, tremendous options when it comes to that. And we've just secured one of the top high school quarterbacks in the country. I'm going to cross that hurdle when we get there. Right now, man, I'm focused and I'm locked in on the goal that's right there in front of us on Friday. That's the focus. I'm not thinking about no turkey, no dressing, no black eyed peas and rice and yellow rice and sweet potatoes and yams and what kind of cake is that? Red velvet cake, peach cobbler. I'm not thinking about all that. I'm thinking about this game. That's our Thanksgiving.
That's more Jacob.
Hey, Coach. Jake Schwannis, DMVR.
How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How you doing?
Good.
I know you just said you're focused, but early signing day is a week away. Just is there anything that you can share with us about that?
We're going to be straight. We got what we want. We don't take a lot of high school players, and the ones that we take, we want them to play immediately. We want them to produce, be productive. Best thing about it, we go into a bowl, they get to practice with us in the bowl game. So they get to get an early start and get here and we can see what they're working with. So we're excited about that. But we're going to hit that portal like it hadn't been hit before. You know that. That's what we do. And we have certain positions we know everything we want. We know what we're going to get. Of course, we hadn't spoken to all the guys that are probably going to jump in the portal. But we're going to do some good things. And replace some players that pretty much are darn irreplaceable. What are you going to get for a Travis and a Shador? You're going to try your best to. May take 2 players a beat. You may get 4 guys just to handle with those 2. And we have some great, Cam and Shadozi. So we got some great players. And Wester and Will Shepard. It's some wonderful talent that's walking out that door. But we plan on bringing some tremendous talent, as we did last year. Good question. Jack, come on, Jack, say it.
Going. Jack Carlo.
Jack Carlo. My man.
My man. Well, I'd ask you, offensively, it seems like the screen game the past few weeks has really picked up some momentum.
Yeah.
Obviously, Travis Hunter's touchdown on Saturday. Just how big has that been to the offense?
It's big because you got a choice. You come up there and bump and run, those guys have the ability to run by you. So you want to kind of play it safe and we throw a quick screen out there, we get the right block, we could get out of there. And we've shown that we could do some wonderful things, not with just Travis, LaJonte, and Will, and prayerfully we get Jimmy back this week. But Pat's been calling the good game. I know we didn't have a lot of attempts last week due to the running game of the opposing team, but the offense, they still put up points. But you don't want to be in a situation where you got to score every darn possession. But the screen game has been tremendous, and you cannot run a screen game unless you have receivers blocking and you have linemen getting downfield blocking as well. And that's another way to get the ball out of Shadour's hand. And honestly, it's another way to elongate the running game because it's a protected pass behind the line of scrimmage, and it's just like it's like a run to us. Yeah. Good. God bless you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.